Hey, that's another week of wearing only dresses down. Let's talk about what I've learned by the end of week 3. This week was days 15 through 21 and kicked off the second half of the challenge. If you're finding this randomly in your feed and have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll link back to the challenge intro video in a card and in the description. You can find the challenge playlist at the end of the video too. The basic idea is that I'm only wearing dresses for 30 days to simplify my wardrobe and explore some of my thoughts on clothes and how I choose them. It's actually been a really interesting experiment, and I would say it's been a pretty fruitful exercise so far. Especially if you're someone that's ever been capsule wardrobe curious, I really recommend that you give it a try with your own clothes. Even if it's not dresses, maybe pick something like only blue shirts or something like that, because it really has helped bring to light some of my own feelings and thoughts about clothes that I hadn't really noticed before, and also show me what my life could be like if I simplified my wardrobe to what seems like a very extreme degree when you're used to having, all the things all the time. This week started off normally enough. Dropped the 3 middles off at camp Monday morning and had a few hours of just my bookends. Okay, fair enough that that's not actually my norm for the summer. This is the first year that we've done any sort of camp anything for any of them, but normally all summer I just have everybody home with me all the time. Whatever adventures we go on together. But trying something a little different this year. But I mean, it wasn't anything crazy like we went to like a fair or something. Just a fairly standard issue Monday morning. Anyway, besides getting them to and from camp, I pretty much just kicked around the house, caught up from the weekend some. But it was a nice, overcast, and sort of coolish morning, so I had my oldest watch the toddler while I did some long overdue cleanup in the front garden. Which was actually really nice because I don't know if you know this, but I'm a horticulturalist by training. I went to school and actually have a degree in horticultural science, and plants are my happy place, even if you wouldn't know that looking at my front landscaping most of the time. That night, though, things went off the rails. Overnight, the youngest 3 kids started throwing up from like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., and it was not good. I personally am not good with vomit, which people that tell you, they told me this over and over again, that, oh, when it's your kids, it's different. They are liars. Okay? It is absolutely not different. I still cannot handle the sight of vomit, and most of the time, the sound of someone doing it is enough to make me start to go myself. So, yeah, not good. Not good at all. So, for that reason, my husband usually handles anything having to do with that. But with 3 kids at once, it was all hands on deck. All I've got today is a very tired version of myself trying to make one decently tidy room in the house later on in the evening. This is that dress that I keep saying I always wear something over it. This is how it looks on its own because the sweater that I was originally wearing over it got puked on. So that's that's just how that day went. And by the end of it, hopefully mere hours away from bedtime myself, I couldn't be bothered to put anything new over it. So this is what it looks like without being covered. The next day, everyone had bounced pretty well, so I went and got groceries, which is normally a Tuesday errand for me, but with pukers at home and my own exhaustion that day, it definitely was not happening as usual. And there's that workhorse dress again, making another appearance week 3. At this point, I can very definitely tell which dresses that I reach for over and over and over again, because even though I own 17 dresses, I have repeated some of them 3 times already at this point, which is telling me that there's dresses in there that will not see the light of day during this challenge. And one of them did make a brief appearance and then found its way quickly into the donation bag. Now, some of those dresses are probably not going to get worn because they're more like event dresses, like that soft blue one that's really ruffly, that was like somebody's vintage mother of the bride dress. That I'm not just gonna bust out on a Wednesday morning, you know? It's also like a little too fancy and definitely too hot for me to just wear it to Mass Sunday morning and then change out of the rest of the day, even. So, like that one, and then probably that long sleeve purple one that is also unseasonable for June. I'm not necessarily going to cut those from the collection just because they don't get worn this month, but everything else, like if I haven't chosen to wear it a second time in the course of 30 days, is it really worth its space in my closet? At this point, I don't think so. So while I'm still making my bed here, I'm actually going to talk about day 18, which, while was the day after this one, um, I don't have any footage for it because I felt like garbage that whole day. Like, I wasn't actually sick myself. Thankfully, the puking missed me in all of this, but I was just really run down, still dealing with the stomach bug working its way through the kids and catching up on all of the laundry that's a side effect of that and all of the things, you know? So I was so exhausted and I totally forgot to film anything at all. It was another purple cross front dress day because I wanted a solid, comfy, effortless option while I was dealing with all of those things. And like I said last week, those cross front dresses just about never let me down. They let me down a little bit in that they're made of polyester, and when it was stupid hot and I was outside in the middle of the day during 90 degrees something, sweating with my children the first week of June, they don't breathe very well. But other than that, like very specific circumstances, I'm very happy with them. Day 19 was the last day of the middles camp, and they have a family potluck afterwards. Um, I I ended up coming in late because there was an accident on the expressway between me and there, and so I had brought a big basket of mandarin oranges with me because I figure that's pretty crowd pleasing for a bunch of kids, right? And fairly easy to pull off. But by the time I got there, they kind of had the fruit and everything all set up, and there wasn't any space for it. So it ended up getting set with the dessert table and basically left untouched. Now, it wasn't totally missed because I can tell that they ate about a third of what was in there. But I still ended up having to bring all these oranges home, and they're still mostly there because, as orange addicted as my youngest is, she can't eat them that fast, just for the sake of her bowels, you know. That evening after dinner time was also my mom break, so I went wandering TJ Maxx looking at garden stuff and decor I don't need. And it was so hard to stay away from the racks and racks of super cute summer dresses that they still have out. But you guys, this whole thing, there's no newcomers. I cannot buy any more dresses because I'm already learning that I own dresses I don't actually wear. But, so hard. It's probably going to get even harder when they all hit the clearance racks in the next few weeks, but I can do this. I can do this. Let's talk about the mom break thing, though, because this is one of the things that my husband and I both do to keep both of us sane. And what it is every week, like no matter what's going on, each of us has a designated point in time where we are off duty. Like, mom is not available, dad is not available. We get to go do whatever we want just for us. And that is absolutely crucial, that you have some time to yourself for yourself. And I don't mean like you're gonna go run errands without any of the kids. Like, no, this is not a time for you to go grocery shopping by yourself. This is not a time for you to take the van and go vacuum all the goldfish crackers out of it. And this is a time for you to just sit in a coffee shop and relax, or make dad take all of the kids out of the house for 2 hours and you take a bubble bath with nobody else coming anywhere near the bathroom. This is time where you are off duty, like nothing, you are responsible for nothing other than making sure you come home at the end of the night. We tend to choose evenings just because it works well for us right now and it's a really easily demarcated point in time. But we've also done things where, like, if something is happening on my usual time, I'll shift it to I'll go out for a couple hours on a Saturday afternoon. And I do mean totally unavailable. Like, your spouse had better not be calling about anything unless there's an actual emergency, like they need you to meet them at the hospital or like the house is on fire type of emergency. Unavailable. So, despite doing a ton of laundry this week, I woke up Saturday morning having to get my son to Mass to serve because he had wanted to get some more practice at daily Masses and volunteered to do so while our pastor is on vacation this week. And I found that I had very few dress options left. All the puke laundry had apparently taken the place of our regular laundry, and all I had left was that long sleeve purple one, the fluffy blue one, that kind of shortish one that I got sent to review, and this, which was very cute and new, but hadn't actually been road tested yet, so to speak. Because the top didn't seem like it was stretchy enough to have boob access for nursing, so, I'm not going to wear it while I'm still actively nursing a child. But that's what I had to work with, so this one made its first appearance in the challenge here on day 20. It ended up being a very pleasant surprise, though. It's very comfortable, fits me nicely, the color works, and turns out the top is actually stretchy enough to get a boob out of. So this one has earned a spot in the regular rotation, I think. Now, the last day of this week was Father's Day, and my husband has one sport that he really thoroughly enjoys, and that is bowling. So that is exactly what we did for his Father's Day. This is the first time during the challenge that I felt like I was actually wearing something out of place. And I can definitely tell that people were kind of like looking at me like, why is she doing that in a dress? Because it's not just like a cute little midi dress or something. Like, this is a full, long, ankle-length dress that I'm here bowling in. And it's not something that you see typically. But as you can see, I was not doing it alone. My daughter also decided not to change after Mass and is also bowling in a dress, though hers isn't quite as long as mine. Can't really say if it affected my game or anything though, because as you can see, I'm not a particularly skilled or talented bowler. So, no radical revelations this week, but we're headed into the final days of the month, so let's see how this wraps up. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of the challenge and all the cool stuff I've got coming next. Beautiful. Let me know down in the comments what the strangest thing you've ever done in a dress is, and I will see you next time.